Hey, welcome. Dean of Games here, or Dean of DVD if you're watching my other channel. But I think you're probably watching on Dean of Games because this is a game and one hell of a box. I'm going to back this camera up as far as I think I need to because this box is big. Too Many Bones was pretty big. Hoplomachus, pretty big. Twilight Imperium, pretty big. This game is big in a different way. It feels bigger. I don't know that it is bigger, but it sure feels bigger. Definitely taller. Let's put it that way. It just feels big to me. But here it is. Anachrony. And maybe it's because I didn't think it was going to be this big. Those other games I expected to be big. This one I didn't expect to be big, but I should have known better. This is a game put out by Mind Clash Games. Game designers David Terzi with Victor Peter and Richard Amann. Yeah, this appears to be, I'm going to take a wild stab based upon the logos on the top. I'm going to guess these were German designers, perhaps. I believe this game is in German and English. That's my guess. So I'm going to expect to find German rules in here if I've got that flag right. And English. Oh, that looks better. Yeah, the angle in the other way was not good. So this is a beautiful box. It really is. It's really eye-catching. And then on the sides, you've got what looks like a city here. Let's see if I can angle that just right where you can take off the glare. Oh, you go. Perfect. So it looks like a domed city here. Most of the formerly inhabitable world is now uninhabitable. It is the late 26th century, and Earth is recovering from a catastrophic explosion that exterminated most of the planet and left it uninhabitable. There's 4 races left, or factions is probably more like it, each one taking a different path in their philosophy. The path of harmony, the path of dominance, the path of progress, and the path of salvation. Each one plays totally differently. There is a shitload of components in this. And then, as if this wasn't enough, you can buy these minis that look pretty awesome to go with the game. That looks similar to this dude up here. So I just got it. It's still shrink wrapped. So let me take the wrap off of it. Pop this puppy open. I have not seen anybody else's unboxings of this, amazingly. I have read some reviews. When I say unboxings, I've watched people take it out of the box and say I got this game, but I haven't seen anybody actually mess around with the components yet. So it is a beautiful box, I'm going to say that. It's heavy. It's a matte finish for the most part, and then the symbol here of Anachrony is not matte, glossy. Couldn't think of the word. It's been a long day. Okay. As usual, these boxes are pretty thick lid. Let's go. Oh God, love the new smell. Part of the ritual, if you're a board game collector, you know what I'm talking about. And as I suspected, Spielleitung, translation rule book for those of you who don't speak German. So we've got a German rule book, which I will keep for, I don't know, no apparent reason, because I can't read German or speak it. I don't have the throat muscles for German. And then the rule book. It actually feels like the U.S. rule book is a little thinner. Perhaps not. So there's a rule book for U.S., be it Britain or United States of America. I suppose it's close enough. For the, both countries will understand these rules, I'm certain. But what an interest, there's a story to this. There's something called the Doomsday Module with extra components. Just beautiful board. You've got 2 pages worth of components of what's in this. And it's going to say things like 4x2 leader cards, 4x1 player banners with plastic standees, which is kind of neat. 4x2 time travel and morale markers, path markers, warp tiles, workers, 25 scientists, 25 engineers, 15 administrators, and 15 geniuses. all represented by cool looking pieces. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, there's a lot of stuff to punch out here, isn't there? And then below there's just a flat. Nope. I was gonna say there's just a flat box. Not so true. There's where they have dice and cards and I don't know what else. Markers of sorts. So you've got what looks like, well, there's a lot of stuff here. Numerous boards and some, these all look like boards. Player boards, these are all boards. I don't think there's anything here to be punched. So let's just take a quick peek at some of it. This is the Path of Salvation. There's two sides to it. I don't know why. They have different stuff. There's an A side. The A up here in the corner. And then there's a B side. And they have different stuff here. And 4221, 4221. The same stuff up top. But down here, what's the difference? You can see that's different from the other side. And there's 4 of these, one for each of the various groups. This is already kind of torn. It's very, very thin. That doesn't need to be anything more than that, just to keep it together so it doesn't fly all over the place, which did a good job with that. The Path of Progress, again, an A and a B side, and both are different. The top, again, looks the same to me. The bottom is what changes. Yep, same thing. That's the Path of Progress. Then you've got the Path of Harmony. Again, different A and B sides. Much different. And finally, the Path of Dominance. I didn't show all these, but to get an idea what they look like here. I like the artwork on these. There's Harmony. Different pictures on the back and the front. They do. Didn't even notice that. I should have been looking at the artwork first and foremost. So each one of these has different artwork. Just focusing on the artwork at this time instead of looking at the numbers and so on. So the artwork is much different on each one of these. Similar but different. Then you've got what I'm going to have to say is part of the board. It's funny because, or is it the whole board? I don't really know. It's part of the board, believe it or not. And again, there's 2 sides. For 2 and 3 players. And then this one's for 4 players. This is the 4-player side right here. I don't know the difference. I don't know what the difference is. I'm sure there's a difference. I just don't know what it is to look at it. And then you've got 2 and 3. I imagine the single players also. This plays solo as well. So I'm guessing the single player would also be on that beautiful map, though. Hopefully, I don't know if let me see how well I displayed this. I know it's pretty big. You see it all right? Yeah, it's really nice looking. Big map. And it looks similar. The artwork's similar on either side. So that's that map. I think that's the main game board, but there's a bunch of other stuff in here. I don't know what this is. Maybe part of the game board, I'm not sure. This may be the extra thing they're talking about. This has also got a head on it. I'm not sure about this. You've got this head that's all lit up. You've got this one that looks normal. I don't know if this goes over it at some point. I do not know, but that's cool looking. Looks like it would fit around where that goes. This may be there's some extra things called the Doomsday mod. That may be the Doomsday piece. This may be the Doomsday counter as well. I think it is. Let's take a quick peek in the rules here. How am I doing on time? 9:30. I try to keep this to 15 minutes. I don't know if I can. Let me see if that's part of the Doomsday thing. Yeah, it is the Doomsday module. A couple of the dice are Doomsday. They may also be used in other things, but they're definitely used for Doomsday. So you have the main player board is what I said. Then you got 4 one-player boards, so each player gets their own board as well, in addition to the main player board. One dual-sided evacuation action tile. That's one with the head on it that I was mentioning. This is part of the Doomsday package here. So that's cool. So all that. Let's see. So these are the 4 boards. Each player gets a board that has different... There's 5 boards here, though. Well, let's find out what they are, shall we? Pretty sure I'm not going to try to keep them in this plastic. It's pretty flimsy. Let's see here. Okay. Green, red. And then this is something else. I don't know what this is. This is a one-sided board. I don't know what it is. It could be a solo board. I'm not sure. It looks like this. Could be a Doomsday board. Don't know. Back looks like that. Cool looking. And then you've got one for each of the factions. This one doesn't appear to be labeled for a faction, but all the other ones, the faction is up here at the top for each one. And they're 2-sided. Again, an A and a B side. The A shows up here. I'm sorry. Over here. These backwards. And the B then would be right up here. So each one has an A and a B. They all look a little different. Yeah, they all look a little different. The formulas look similar. Yeah, formulas look the same as far as these I guess they're concoctions on the side. They all look the same, what I can tell. I guess it's fair. And then I don't know what the rest of this stuff is over here. We will find that out later. But those are 4. So those are all game boards and player things. Then everything else in here, besides the cards at the bottom, all these are things that have to be punched. Oh yeah, I love punching stuff out, believe it or not. I will get on, I'll watch some TV, and I'll punch all these out as I sit and watch TV. And they're beautiful pieces here. I can tell you right now, the components look really nice. They look very similar. So I'm guessing a lot of this stuff is going to be similar just for different factions. But that's kind of cool. So I'll be busy doing that. Then we've got a bunch of bags, as you'd come to expect in the game. 6 dice. Kind of cool. A bunch of components. I'm not sure what all of them are, but they look pretty neat. Water is supposed to be one. I'm not sure what the rest of them are. Reminds me a little bit of Terraforming Mars. Then you've got the standee, the things to hold up the standees. These are some of the standees here. Some of the player dudes are down here in the group. Yeah, on the back side. Yeah, right here on the back side, you can see them. Very neat. And then there's not a lot of cards. Some cards. I like games with cards. I like games with dice. Go figure. A lot of people do not. I do. I like randomness in my games. But I also like the worker placement thing and being able to control some of the game. I think I really like this. Time travel, worker placement. What's not to like? All right, I'm going to put this back in the box, except for the stuff I got to punch. I'll start punching and bagging and watching some TV. I kept it under 15 minutes, guys. I'm really looking forward to this game. I did not buy the expansion yet. I was tempted to. But as my wife and one of my boys said, why don't you play it first, Dad, and see if you like it? There's a thought. I usually don't do that. I usually just go ahead and buy the expansion if it looks interesting. But I've got a lot of games to play. I'm sure I'm not alone on that. This one, though, is going to move up close to the top of the list with Charterstone. So need to play those. And it's just under a 14-minute video, so I think that's good. Comments, questions. Have you played it? Do you like it? Have you thought about it? Does it look too complex? It's Board Game Geek give it 3.31, I think, so it's not too difficult if I remember reading this right. It's middle, heavy. Shouldn't be too bad. From what I've heard other people say, it's definitely one you can learn. Play a game, you'll be good. All right, guys, that's it. Dean of Games, Dean of DVD. Take care till the next time. See ya.